And it's time now for weather with Nebraska Extension Ag Climatologist and Market Journal Chief Meteorologist Al Dutcher. Good to see you, Al. How are we looking as we put a bow on 2019?
Well, Troy, I think I might be the Grinch that stole Christmas, so to speak, especially for those that are looking for a white Christmas. We talked about a system last week that possibly might be coming out around Christmas. It does appear that we'll be fairly close to that timing on the scale, but unfortunately at this point in time, it looks like there's going to be too much warmth at the surface for us to generate any sufficient snow cover if we do indeed see snow even develop. Now, the only good thing I can say about this is the models are trending a little bit cooler, so possibly we'll see some snow, but it looks like even if it does occur, more of western Nebraska and more the second half of the day than it would be the first half of the day would the event occur. So we'll have to wait and see if the models change. But for those that don't like the snow, I'm going to be Santa Claus at this point in time and say that we're most likely going to see a brown Christmas this year for a vast majority of the state. And the reason why is we're going to be dealing with a big upper air ridge that's going to settle over the center part of the country as a strong upper air trough moves into the western United States. We're going to have a very nice weekend. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, with high pressure firmly in control. Easily we'll see 50s to the north, and we're probably going to be pushing the 60s to the south. The lack of precipitation down basically in the Gulf and on the western United States, dry all the way through the central United States. By the time we get into Sunday, this trough starts to dig into the central Rocky Mountains with low pressure situated in the northern Rocky Mountains. So most of the moisture with this system will still be contained to the areas to our west. We will be firmly under high pressure, and most of the moisture will be to our east. And then the Monday, the trough starts to make some progression to our region, and we'll see low pressure starting to develop in portions of southwestern Kansas that should try to bring some low-level moisture toward the north. But the main trough itself is far enough to the west that we're not going to see much activity. Now by Tuesday, the trough weakens somewhat, but slides a piece of energy out toward Nebraska. Low pressure starts to get organized once again in southwestern Kansas. That should allow some moisture feed toward the north, and we should start to see some snow breaking out, particularly in the second half of Tuesday over the central Rockies. As we get into Christmas Day, that piece of energy slides over toward the Great Lakes with low pressure firmly in control over the Nebraska Panhandle. This may actually generate some precipitation, particularly the second half of the day to the northwest, and maybe just slightly some of the southeastern part of the state at this portion of time. And then on Thursday, that first system moves to the east. We get another system developing to our south. Low pressure in northeastern New Mexico tries to develop, and this system starts to generate moisture in the desert southwest, and it appears that it's going to start to spread that toward our region sometime Friday or Saturday. So on Friday, this low really gets cranked up, starts to eject energy out. Basically, several pulses of energy will move out into our region. The first low pressure system that will impact our region occurs in southeast central portions of Kansas, brings a large lift of moisture into our region, and it looks like the I-80 corridor will be the dividing line between rain and accumulating snowfall. As we go out further into the future, as that high pressure system slides toward the east, we see this large cold pocket that will continue to be in place as another low pressure system moves into the region, and that will shoot energy out into our area as we approach the first of the year. So the 8 to 14 day forecast, it takes us essentially through post-Christmas Day period into the end of the year, shows a large anomalous area of above normal moisture. So it looks like nice conditions, Troy, up till Christmas, and then we start to get a little bit dicey in terms of storm probability going to the end of the year.